Okay, Rich, I got your fan back together again, and I got it running. I wanted to show you a few things. So I taped a little piece of paper on there so you can see it turning. Go ahead, turn it up. And so we turn the voltage up on it, and there it goes. All right, and we turn it up to somewhere around, oh, the tape fell off, but it's spinning. You see it spinning there. Put it around 100 volts. Okay. All right, and what's the current draw? So
0.3.
it's drawing 0.3 at 100 volts. It draws about 0.4 amps at 110, 115. I think it was 0.5 at 120. So the stator coil is fine. The armature is working fine. But there's a couple things I need to show you. Just turn it all the way down, shut it off. Okay. If I take the back off, can you pull that off? Right. Here, when you put the blade on, it's going to push the armature back. When the armature goes back, it hits the stator coil there. Let me see if I can get a light on that so you can see it. Right there. That could bust the coil. It's amazing that it didn't, because it does hit the stator coil and it was pushed right through. Now somebody had put these big old shoelace things on there. I'm going to take that off and put some wire ties to hold it, and I'll put a new cloth wire on it. I just jumped it in with that wire to get it to run, and we cleaned it all out and all that. But I would strongly advise that you send me the blade and the blade guard in a separate box, and I'll go ahead and install it and send it back to you, because my concern is that twofold. One, that this could go back when you try to put the blade on and actually bust the coil, and two, that this not be lined up exactly right. And so when I put it on, I'll get it so that it's lined up right. If you want to just send me the blade, I don't really need the blade guard. The blade would be fine. I'll just wrap it really well with bubble wrap when I return it to you. And I'll put a new cloth cord on it, a 6-foot cord. And we'll go from there. So yeah, I'll go ahead and service this stator. You see how it's all like spreading out. So I will put something to tie it down and get it working efficient so it's not a problem for you. The back, whenever they worked on it, they you see how this metal here is all, it's really thin metal, but you see how it's all like bent out of shape there. This one too, it's almost cracked. It is cracked and scarred, and it's out of round, it's oval shaped. Well, anyway, so the original screws or anything like the original screws would just pop right through and ain't going to hold it on. But there's no pressure on this, so I'll figure out how to do that. Maybe put some JB Weld or something on the inside, and then maybe a little washer and a screw to hold that on. And that just screws on right there. So I'll put that back on for you. I'm kind of surprised. You see how that's torn there and pushed through and out around and all that good stuff. Kind of surprised that there's a pivot here on the back of the stator, the armature, and there's no carriage to hold it, from popping through. It shouldn't be like that. I guess it could have been, but it just seems awfully weird to me that that's the case. And the armature has, you see that pivot point on the armature there, right there in the middle. Seems like that would go into some kind of bushing, but maybe not. Anyway, I'll get it back together and it'll be running and you'll be back in business with it. So if you could just send me the blade. Actually, actually, if it looks like you won't be able to get the blade guard on without taking the blade off, then send me both, because I don't want you to have to take the blade off or on, because you could ruin the motor by, if you break that stator, that's it, it's all over. It would short and burn up that coil right away. So I'd feel more comfortable if I did it. Anyway, there you go. At least we got it running, so there's some good news for you. Thank you. Bye.